Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 40th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, 20th Anniversary Edition. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Arun in the Get of Fenris.
Hello, I am Riley, and I play Sorcha. She is a Ragamush in Clan Fianna.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle. He's 18, a Philodox, and has found his purpose with the Garu. He's known as Guards the Low, Child of Gaia.
Hi, I'm George. I play Roy. He is a Ragabosh Stargazer.
Alright, so last time Kyle was finishing up his trial on Carson Leeds of Steel, the Glasswalker Elder of this Cairn, while Morgan had a vision of some kind, calling upon the rest of you to come see, as several of you were involved in said vision. Before all of you, except for Kyle, had your own part of a vision before being thrown back into the Cairn. It is here that Mindscape got into a philosophical argument with another of his tribe, and Cora and Kyle went to the realm of Bear to mourn with him. You've all returned to the physical realm, getting ready to head back to the Sept of the Sacred Stone for Fury Song's Rite of the Departed, to see them off into the lands of the dead.
Awesome.
Okay.
Eyes to the Heavens comes to you and goes, it's not typically tradition for this Cairn to open its moon bridge before the moot, but we will do so for you tomorrow.
Thank you.
We appreciate it very much.
Will you all be going?
Yes. Yes, we will all go.
Certainly.
Excellent. I had heard that your friend Morgan decided that she was going into the Umbra this morning. I haven't seen her since. I think she wished to commune with her ancestors, is what she had mentioned.
Yeah, after last night.
It seems that the spirits gifted you with quite the vision.
One can say that.
It wouldn't be the first time.
The spirits give many visions, even in a place like this.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you for the use of your moon bridge. It will make getting Fury back home easier.
Of course. You, Onyx-Flame. His face becomes kind of stern.
Yeah?
We'll have to speak on that matter when you return.
Sounds good.
Expect punctuality.
Well, certainly. And I expect the same from you. And she's gonna, smile and give him a wink.
He takes a deep breath and nods before stepping away. You guys kill the day, just collecting your things and thoughts, before you can finally get onto the moon bridge and launch off to the Sept of the Sacred Stone.
That's our Sept, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ready, Kyle?
Ready?
You return, and you are greeted with a bit of an unfamiliar face, as it is the new Garu here who has become the gatekeeper, if you recall.
Yes. I do not remember his name.
You can always ask.
Nice.
Yeah, because the gatekeep changed recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alright. Hello. Is Final Days about?
He is. You are the Fomori's Bane, yes?
Yes.
That would be us.
Your name? Again? I'm sorry.
Calls the Knight.
Thank you. Cora Two-Hearts. Would you happen to know where Final Days is?
I believe Final Days is near the heart of the Cairn, communing with Golden Eagle right now.
Alright. We need the Master of Rites, right? Out of character.
You need just someone who has the proper right.
Okay. Excuse me. Again, out of character. I feel like, would Regender want to be there, or is she just, was Fury not,
That's up to you to find out.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose a lot of the people here didn't really know her.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the people, most places didn't know her much.
Yeah. Well, we'll find someone with the proper right, I suppose. Kyle, do you know who that would be?
I mean, if we ask Final Days, he will almost certainly know.
Fair enough. Let's go see if he's nearly finished talking with Golden Eagle.
Before, as you start to walk away, you hear a bit of a growl as Carl calls the night goes, "Hang on. Who is this?
Did
you pick up a new pack member?"
No, he is a friend from Denver. Well, not from Denver, but he was visiting Denver, and he was there when Fury Song died.
Indeed.
Don't normally carry a dead wolf around for nothing, so...
Very well. It is my job to know who enters. And this Karen has been on edge for some time. You should know better.
Has anything new happened since we've been gone?
The packs that have volunteered to help with the Karen are doing adequately. From my understanding, none of the packs that have been sent out for missions of aid to other Karens have returned just yet. The Karen feels different, even to one who's a bit of an outsider like myself. You can smell it.
Kyle will nod slowly. Thank you.
As you pass... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say let's go find Final Days, but go ahead.
You get to the great tree near the center of the cairn as you see the great eagle looking down. Its eyes like miniature suns. Final Days speaking back and forth as he nods. He gives a bow and holds out his hands as the bird actually plucks at his hands and drinks some of the blood from them. He shifts to Glabro and lets it heal. He turns and looks surprised as he shifts back to Hamid and goes, "Cora, Kyle, you're finished in Denver already? You've only been gone less than a week. Maybe 2?
Yeah, we finished. Out of character, what is the rite that we're looking for again?
You're looking for the rite of the departed.
Rite of the departed. Thank you. Yeah, we have finished in Denver.
Well, our first investigation. I think we have more still.
We're back only for a short time. Again, we need a rite done, and I will present Theory Song.
As he looks down and goes, he takes a deep breath. "I'm so sorry to the both of you."
Thank you.
To the three of you. I know that you haven't been with them long, Onyx-Flame, but I know that you've run with them now for some time, at least.
Sometime, yeah.
Final Days, this is Roy.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Roy. Regender Final Days, as he extends out his hand.
I extend mine. Roy, also Mindscape.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mindscape. Are you a new member of Fomori's Bane?
I am not.
Well.
He helped us, and he was there when Fury Song died.
I see. We can look. The rite is typically performed by a Galliard, but I believe that the Arcadian Watcher also knows the rite as well. I will go fetch her. She has been running around recently as well, doing some duties over at the guest center.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
The great eagle is looming over you all, looking down, its eyes creating a bit of light in the ever overcast land of the Umbra during the daylight hours, providing light, blurring away shadows.
Cora look up at him, in his eyes, and just feels like home.
So it is. The eagle speaks.
Huh? Oh, my. Yeah.
The threads of my father are upon you. And you, as he says to Roy.
Out of character.
Oh?
That is Phoenix?
What do you think?
Shit. I have the notes somewhere. God damn it.
It is. It is.
Thank you. Knew it. Thank you so much. How so?
I see far, like my mortal kin. Do you think but a hill and a few miles would prevent me from seeing you? You who are part of my brood, my protectorate?
I meant no insult.
No insult was taken.
Thank you. How do the threads of Phoenix touch Roy Mindscape?
They're tied to one of my relatives. The threads of destiny do not follow rules, but it seems something is expected of you.
Of all of us? Everyone in the pack, I mean.
Yes, all of you. And many more. The threads go far, farther than even I can see.
That must be an incredible distance.
It passes through realms and is obfuscated by the threads of the Spider Queen.
Can you see what's expected?
No, only that you are being pulled and you are pulling in turn.
As in we're not doing what we're called to be doing?
You are doing what you can. The threads would not keep coming if you weren't doing something right.
That's a mercy.
There are precious few.
Indeed. Cora would like to offer some gnosis as a thank you for even acknowledging their presence.
He takes a bit of a bite, scraping your hand.
Bless you.
Bless you, Golden Eagle.
It's alright.
Histamines, sorry.
As he drinks the gnosis and he scrapes your hand a bit.
Thank you for even acknowledging our presence.
You are part of this sept. You are part of my family.
Thank you.
He spreads his wings as you see the tiny flames dancing between the feathers before he launches off into the heavens. You hear a howl in the distance, getting closer, as the Arcadian Watcher approaches.
What was her name again?
Arcadian Watcher.
Oh.
That's her name.
You said the Arcadian Watcher, so I'm like, oh,
that's her name.
Okay, thank you.
The Arcadian Watcher.
Oh.
That is her Garu name.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I am so sorry. I was confused.
Her position is Truth Catcher.
Ah. Don't come at me, George.
I'm not coming at you.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Sam.
I'm just wow.
You've only, lived, breathed, and fought next to her for years, Sam.
It's beside the point. I get my children's names mixed up, so...
She shifts into Hamid form, looks over at Seisha. Cousin! I had heard that she had fallen as she goes over to the body of Fury Song.
Yeah, she has. It was an unfortunate situation.
Yes, I can see as she moves some of the fur around Fury Song's neck to see the wounds, the spike wounds in her throat.
Mm-hmm.
If you will permit me, I will perform the rite of the departed.
Please.
And we'll do it in the traditional Fianna way.
Thank you.
We would be very grateful.
Are you familiar with the Fianna's rite of the departed?
No.
We will come together, and we will stack stones and create a mound for her. The final mound the final stone will have her breed, auspice, tribe, and a form of her name.
Alright.
We will not bury her in the mound, though. Just so you are aware.
What do the Fianna usually do with the body?
We usually do place them in the mound, except our lupus born, unless they are gifted by a different rite. She will be placed in the woods so that the animals can pick her clean.
I understand.
And so her body may return to Gaia.
Makes complete sense. I'll carve that stone, shall I?
Yes, well, I'll help you.
Thank you.
The Arcadian Watcher helps you, and she walks you through the glyphs. The glyphs, she tells you, legend says, were created by the Fianna long ago. That they were the first to use the glyphs, and they taught them to other Garu. As she carves in the first glyph,
What is that one?
that is Lupus, and carves in the second. She takes the stone from you and she carves this one in herself.
What do these ones mean?
This is the symbol of the Galliard. And this one here, the one that I have drawn, is my tribal symbol. That is the symbol of the Fianna. And she takes 3 claws and scrapes into the stone. This one means rage, or fury.
Appropriate for her.
And this one means song. It is her name, her breed, auspice, and tribe. I should inform you as well that Regender has spoken, and I have as well. And we have spoken with the spirits, and they are willing to see her as Fostern when she is placed in the grave.
Thank you for doing her this honor.
She honored herself, dying for Gaia's service.
Cora smiles and starts weeping silently because it's so beautiful.
The night comes, and they get ready to perform the rite. As she goes, we will speak of everything in her life, her accomplishments, her glories, and even embarrassing stories, if you have any.
Do we have any embarrassing stories of Fury Song?
There is the time that she tried to pick wild berries.
Oh, and dye our hair.
Yep.
Aw, yeah. We'll go with that one.
The Arcadian Watcher steps forward as there are several Garu here. The Sept has turned out. For any loss of Garu is one Garu too many in these dark and terrible times. Friends, we speak here of Fury's song. She who passes on, she who fought the worm and died for it. For I knew Fury's song, and she was valiant, and she was strong, and she had passions that went deep. She came to me to learn of the Fianna, for when she was but a pup, she was not able to learn, lost as she was, and found by Fomori's Bane, who brought her back into the fold so that she could learn the ways of Stag. Tell your stories and grab a stone, place them upon the mound, so that she may be honored here while we keep this cairn. For if no one is left to keep the cairn, then so will her memory fade, yet her spirit shall never fade. Her spirit with the ancestors in the homeland, in the lands of Stag, until the worm consumes all of existence and burns it all to the ground. Lest we Garu stand and fight, remember our heroes and remember Fury's song. Speak of her heroics, speak of her faults, for we remember all.
Is it our turn now?
It's anyone's turn.
Oh, yes. Cora will step forward. Fury's song, as mentioned, had passions that ran deep, and she had passion for her tribe, or her pack. When I felt most lost, she saw it without me saying anything to her. And Cora laughs a little. And knowing I am Hamid born, she decided that she wanted to give me a little bit of a taste of what I had missed growing up. And she went out and picked wild berries, mashed them up, and she attempted to dye our hair.
As you hear a couple chuckles from around from the Hamid Garu.
It was sweet and caring, and something that I would never have expected from a lupus born.
Yes, good. As she turns to the rest, speak, tell your tales, for there are many Many for one who lived so full a life and yet so short. Speak now, remember that, hold that story, and hold the glories at heart. For joy, for glory, for these stories keep the worm away and Harno from our hearts. Regender steps forward and goes, I recall Fury's song, new to this Karen. She stepped to me and questioned my own authority day one she was here, asking poignant questions to the point where I thought she may not have been a Galliard, but a Ragabosh in disguise. She had a beautiful voice, and sang and told stories, and spoke of unity. She sang the song of the Storm Eater, and won a contest here in this very cairn, to show that she was one of the greatest of her auspice. For she remembered the past, and so she made sure none of us forgot it, even if we cared to. Arcadian Watcher again going, good, good, that one is good, as she throws a freezer down with alcohol in it and goes, drink up, let the stories flow. They must sound like music to depart a Galliard. Let the stories flow like the rivers of eternity, as she will be remembered by those who sing her songs now.
Cora will step forward again and recount her first moot up in New York and how she was able to actually drink and the shenanigans that ensued.
It keeps going as Steven steps forward and goes, I remember that night. I walked the Fury's song and had to stop her from getting into fights. She told me how much she loved alcohol and how much she was going to save the Garu by breeding with someone. I told her that that was okay and she should just drink more and forget about that. Same time, she changed into a Krynos, got rid of her hangover, and won a lot of games. It was fucking awesome.
Kyle will step forward. I knew Fury Song. She was my friend and my sister. She was brave, and she was foolish. Although a lupus, she pretended to be a cruel human in a bar to infiltrate a group of Fomori so we could track and kill them. And they believed her. And they brought her to their hideout, and she allowed us to kill just so many of them.
Would anyone else like to participate?
Yeah. I'll let Riley go.
Sorcha will stand up and say, I knew Fairy Song. She was a fierce warrior. She was curious about the world, curious about why things were, and she was an elemental force when it came to fighting. And she'll sit down.
That's good. As Ava grabs a drink and tosses it right into Sorcha's lap. If the stories are to be believed, she'll want you to drink that in her memory.
She does.
Most alcoholic lupus on Gaia's green planet.
Yes.
Roy is gonna stand up with drink in hand. I knew Fury's song. I knew her very little, but I know her so well, even to this day. I was there at her last moments, and even at her last moments, she never gave up. She continued to fight, and with her sacrifice, we are allowed to live. She is one to be remembered.
Hear, hear. As the Arcadian Watcher shifts into Lupus and gives out a great howl, as many others begin to follow, shifting into Lupus as the howls begin to grow louder and louder into a crescendo.
We'll join. Or I'll join.
Yeah, Kyle will join.
Roy
Join.
Yeah, Roy will join after downing the rest of his beverage.
And with the howl done, Arcadian Watcher once again takes Hamid form, walks over to the hill next to Sorcha's body and places a stone right beside her, as others begin to join and do the same as the mound grows and grows, as everyone carries a stone or two to place upon the hill. As Arcadian Watcher walks over to Cora and Kyle and whispers, you two will hold, and Sorcha goes, you three will hold up the last stone and place it at the top.
Okay. Well, grab the stone and go on over.
And so, once this pile is done, you place it, the final stone, and you hear the howl of a lupus born as he goes, "We hunted together, and now the hunt is done. She had much to learn the ways of four legs, but we will honor her in the four-legged way regardless. Arcadian Watcher, Fomori's Bane, allow me the honors, for it is time. Let me drag her to the woods. No Garu of four legs wishes to rot underground. Let her body nurture the lands that she was bound to protect. Let her be food for Gaia's creatures. Let her complete the cycle that Gaia had always meant for her and all of us."
Cora will hug her, and then stand up and nod, and take a step back.
Kyle will do the same.
And so will Sorcha.
Running Star takes his Hispo form, with the massive jaws that could rend a Fomori limb from limb. He picks up her body, making it look like a puppy, gently, as he trounces off deep into the woods to drop her off and let her be one with the mother.
Way to make me cry, Keegan.
You okay, Sam?
Nope.
Okay.
Never okay.
It sounds like someone needs another s'mores popsicle.
I do need another s'mores popsicle. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I need to finish my alcohol, and I can't really tear up because I got really cute makeup on today. So frustrating.
It's okay, Sam. Garu are emotional creatures. That's the point.
Yep. I hope Lexi listens to this and understands exactly how much we miss her.
When I put the episode up, you can just go, "Listen at the beginning." Made me cry, you jerk.
Stop dying.
It only happens once, unlike D&D.
Though I have a feeling that it's not going to only happen once, not for this particular character, but for just our group in general. We're going to have many dying.
Death does happen in the apocalypse, yes. That's your fault for not gleaming that from the fucking name. The right dies down. Arcadian Watcher comes over, places both hands on Cora and Kyle, hugs them both, and then starts obnoxiously making head motions for Sorcha to join in.
Sure. She'll tentatively join.
I'm hoping your stuff in Denver's done soon. The Sept's worse off without you guys here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope that it wraps up shortly as well.
Yeah, we just have to bomb a few factories. Destroy a bunch of pills.
Sounds like fun.
Have you known us to do things in a non-fun way?
I mean, this isn't very fun, but yes.
No, we should probably get back to Denver soon. But it's the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Regender starts coming over. How are you guys holding up?
Better than expected.
It helps that it's been a couple days now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I wish we could have gotten back sooner, but there are the responsibilities.
Yes. Are you going back to Denver tonight?
I would like to stay the night.
Good. I would like you to stay the night. I have a guest room for all four of you if you wish to join me at my own.
Out of character. When is Sorcha supposed to be meeting with that dude?
The next day.
Okay.
Thank you. It's an honor to be able to visit your home.
It'll be an honor to have you all.
Cora looks at Kyle with big eyes like, holy fuck. New.
What was that?
New. Like, just completely unexpected and new. Thank you.
Of course. Let me grab my car.
We'll wait here.
He goes off and grabs his vehicle.
While he's gone, Cora's like tapping Kyle on the shoulder, like, "What the hell? It's been 4 years." Wait, has it been 4 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's
four?
been
Closer
3
to
years.
3.
Yeah, it's closer to 3.
Okay. It's been 3
Oh god, I thought it was 2 years.
No, it's closer to 3 at this point.
Oh shit. Maybe I'm not
I-
18.
I think you're
It's
19 now, yeah.
Well, I not according to the intro.
Oh. It's
We've missed birthdays.
true.
I guess I'll try and update that for next time. I haven't had to change anything yet though, so
Okay.
I don't know. I might not. That shit's memorized. It might be hard.
He picks you up as you all start driving to his place. It's a pretty short drive. He lives relatively close.
Fantastic.
As he goes, "My wife is Kenning. My daughter is Callow right now."
Ah,
Uh,
how long is that going to be a thing?
She's been taught some of the basics. She knows bits. She understands concepts of the spirits, but we hide it in religious texts and things like that to ease the blow, so to speak. We have been keeping an eye on her, making sure that she will be ready to understand the truth.
it'll be an easier transition than ours.
Yes.
Well,
And,
what do you
Ga-
expect from her?
well, Gaia willing, I'm hoping that she goes through the first change.
I see.
But if not, given how the world is changing, I would prefer her to know what might be coming after her than being attacked and being ignorant of the reason.
Yes. How old is your daughter?
Pravina's 13.
So it could be soon.
Yes.
I hope she goes through it.
Thank you. Me as well.
And thank you
Character,
again.
Like, I had no idea. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, out of character, I didn't even consider a gender to be married or have a child. Like, this is,
It's like finding out that your elementary school teacher has a life outside of the school.
that they live outside of the school. Yeah.
Shouldn't you just go, like, I don't know, into a little alcove in Garden of the Gods and just turn
Wait
off
for
for a
it.
bit?
And then, like, well, wait for us to call you at like 3 a.m.?
Yeah, that's your job, right? Anyway, sorry.
Thank you again for trusting us with your home and with your family.
Of course. You have done so much for me, especially in these troubled times.
Well, thank you. It means a lot.
My son is also too young to know, just so that you're aware as well. So
Of
he is
course.
also Callow.
Of course.
Then who are we?
You are going to be... my children won't necessarily know. For you all, I'm going to say that you are the children of some co-workers who needed a place to stay since they were out of town for a bit. And they just needed you to stay the night before you went to the airport in Denver.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Just in case they ask, you know?
Mm-hmm. As he goes, opens the door, as you see his wife smiling at him. Rajender! Yes. Hi, honey, as he kisses her on both cheeks and goes, these are some children these are the children of some co-workers. They are going to the airport tomorrow, and they are simply staying here for the night. The guest bedroom is serviceable, I hope, as she smiles and laughs a bit. I suppose, but you will have to pick up some of Nihal's toys. They're a bit scattered about the house, and I think a few, as she turns to the small boy, found their way into the guest room as she grabs him. The kid squeals with delight as she picks him up. It's nice to meet you all. My name's Langshmi. What's your name?
I'm Cora.
I'm Kyle.
Sorcha.
And I'm Roy.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. She shakes all of your hands respectively. I will also get an extra cushion. Since the bed, we do have quite a few large groupings, as she turns and looks at Regender with a bit of a side glance and a sigh. But we'll make sure you're all comfortable.
Thank you.
We're going to have some dinner, if that's all right. Are you all hungry?
Starving.
Famished.
I'm always hungry.
Good. And she calls out, Pravina, come on, take Nihal to bed. You too, you have school tomorrow. Yes, as you hear. But Mom, we have guests. Yes, we have guests, but you have school tomorrow, so to bed. You know Father takes his dinners late with work and all that. It was one of the office things. And she goes, it's always an office thing. And it's the weekend. What's he doing? Or, it is not the weekend, it is. I messed up. It's a Tuesday night. Why is he staying up so late on a Tuesday night? Now is not the time. Go to bed. Praniva? As Regender goes, Praniva, does someone have to get grounded? I don't want to take away your phone again. As the girl stomps off, grabbing the young boy's hands, and goes, I guess we're going to bed. Come on, Nahal. As the kid turns to you and starts waving his hand. Bye-bye.
Cora waves.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
We can talk in about an hour. Or you can talk candidly in an hour. Lakshmi says, a bit quieter, so they don't overhear. I'll get the plates ready.
Thank you.
Regender just kind of laughs. Children.
Cora's a little stunned. I am shocked that you have kids.
Cora.
It never occurred to me.
Cora, I am a bit of an old man.
Yes, I know.
You just hadn't mentioned them around the office. Or our parents, I suppose.
Our parents never said anything about it.
Yes, well, I try and keep some of those personal things away from the office. You know how it is. It gets hectic.
Yes, understandable.
And I'd rather not drag them into things or use them as excuses for when things get hard in the office.
And hopefully we haven't interfered too much with our late night calls.
You have woken up Neela before with one of your calls. Luckily, Langshmi was able to soothe him relatively quickly.
We are sorry for those. It seems like a lot of important things happen around 3 o'clock in the morning.
So they do, as he takes you over to the table. The table's okay. You notice that Regender does not live in luxury by any stretch of the imagination. Probably middle class to lower middle class.
Am I going to judge his table super hard right now?
I don't know. Are you? You're not judgy anymore.
That's true. And also, Kyle was homeless, so I don't know how judgy he'd be about tables.
You got a table? Man, that's great.
Yeah.
Lakshmi does a lot, and we spend a lot of money on daycare for the little one when she's at the office as well.
Yeah.
It makes sense. That has to complicate things a fair bit.
It does. As it turns out, my line of work doesn't pay as well as I hope it would. Especially in this world, as he starts handing you all out dishes.
Thank you. Pass them down.
There's plenty. I have an appetite as well, as he just starts, shoveling food.
Dang, that would have been the perfect time to wolf some food down.
Start eating.
Yes. Nahal will be 5. He'll be 6 next month.
That's
Will he be going off to school?
Yeah. Things are going quickly.
yeah. It doesn't seem as long, like since our parents started working at the office.
No, it didn't.
It's interesting to think that Nahal is his name.
Nihal?
Yeah, that he was what, a year and a half when our parents started working with you.
Yeah.
When we met.
Yes. And Pravina was born when I took the mantle of elder for the Karen.
Must have been a lot of responsibility.
Or about a year after I took over.
Oh.
It is, but that was when I was able to stop wandering and actually give the children some of the attention they needed. As you hear the final lights turn off, and Lakshmi sits down and goes, "They're in bed. You can speak a little more frankly."
Thank you.
Oh. So you are the ones Rajender keeps talking about.
Oh boy.
Maybe?
I kind of hope not.
This is the young ones who make you so proud, right?
Oh.
Oh no.
They are.
Oh man.
It means a lot that you've heard of us.
Apparently not. Apparently you hoped I hadn't.
Oh, well,
It could have all been bad.
It could
There was
have.
that chance.
they could have all been bad.
The ones
As-
who wake us.
Oh, that's you!
Oh, good. Yeah.
See, it can be both.
I understand it's the way of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, our apologies, though.
I'm just lucky Rajender is so involved with the children's lives as he is.
It's very impressive.
I do hear that is fairly rare.
Even among the children of Gaia. And they're more involved with their human kin than most tribes, from my understanding. Though, to be fair, the only other kin I really speak to is I've spoken to a few Stargazer kin before I came to America. And I've also spoken occasionally to some Fianna kin who said much the same.
Well, Fiona tend to be big family units, and it's important that we're all on the same page, especially when you don't move away ever.
I suppose so. Goodness. I hope the food's good.
It's delicious.
Thank you so much.
You are a wonderful cook.
But thank you. It's a great recipe. I tell the women at the HOA that it was from my grandmother back in India, but I got it online.
Hey, I mean, be clever. But I'm curious, Cora says, with a kind of smile, and looks back at her. What has Final Days told you about us?
That you are set to the... He talks about his goals for unity so much, and he says that he sees true hope for those goals through you, since you've been helping him so much and standing beside him, or that you took, I suppose, a very severe punishment and took it with grace and returned and didn't hold it against him.
No, he is, in our minds, the best elder that we could hope for, and the punishment was done, like, it was doled out rightfully, and there is no need to hold it against him.
I mean, after all, the ramifications of what we did are still being felt by the Sept.
Yes.
So, Roy, Regender starts speaking. What tribe are you with?
I'm part of the Stargazers.
I've worked with many stargazers. I dealt with quite a few of them when I went to the Sept of the Unified Heart over in Washington. A lot of them go there.
Ah, I have not had the pleasure yet.
I suppose you should. I know that a few Kalido masters have been known to pass that way as well.
Kalido?
I've had the, I suppose one could call it pleasure, though in reality I would call it a pain, to fight one who was a master of the art. It was developed by the Stargazers some time ago. I don't know when or by who. You'd have to ask the Stargazers, who blended traditional martial arts with Garu shapeshifting.
Roy will perk up and sit a little, or lean forward. That's interesting.
It's a beautiful art.
Got my attention. Could you go into more detail about this?
Well, I was a young Garu in those days, looking for a bit of extra glory to push me from Fosterin to Adrian at the time, and I got into a disagreement with a stargazer by the name of Speaks with Wind. Well, I thought perhaps that Speaks with Wind would choose Gamecraft, being a stargazer, but a part of me really hoped that he would choose to settle it via combat, given that he was Arun. So, I'd made the formal challenge, and he did indeed choose the rite of combat. And so I went to battle him, and I was in full Krynos. We were allowed to take any form we liked. The battle simply went till the first serious injury to occur. And so I shifted to Krynos immediately in an attempt to end the battle swiftly, when this stargazer, as I swung my claw at him, was no longer there. Instantly shifted in the middle of his dodge to becoming into lupus form, running behind me, and as he tripped me, shifted into Krynos, his leg hitting the back of mine.
Wow.
Of course, I was a young Garu then, so I, of course, got angry and charged at him full force. When he then did something where he shifted part of his arm while in Glabro to create a kind of idyllic strike. Hit me right in the kidney.
Ooh.
That's a interesting little bit you got in there. What was the disagreement about?
It was a disagreement on attacking a specific bed of leeches. I suggested that we leverage the leeches who, while worm-tainted, don't actively come against us, while the Stargazer believed that we should have taken the fight to them, as that, knowing or unknowing, one of the leeches fed off of one of our kin.
That does seem like a bit of a situation.
That it does. The end, we went to war with the leeches for a bit. The area raged with a battle for about 5 years before another truce was called.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah,
Yes.
If you don't mind me saying, I would have sided with you myself.
Well, the war happened, and the kin were protected, and in later negotiations, they would avoid certain suburbs where our kin were prevalent.
It seems like the better outcome.
Yeah, I think I was wrong in that case, and they proved it, not just with their combat prowess, but with the results. One of the other things I've seen them use Kalido for was they were able to expertly grapple one of the leeches in their Hamid form as a surprise attack, and then as they grappled, they shifted into their Krynos form almost instantaneously to crush them using the momentum of their change.
Ooh.
It requires a lot of control, from my understanding, to learn some of the maneuvers of Kalido.
Understandable.
Yeah, partial shifting and then instantaneous shifting back and forth.
It tends to use rage in some of those cases, but yes.
I can see that, but the partial shifting...
It's difficult. I've done some partial shifting in my day, but I try and avoid it if I can, simply because it's mentally taxing, as well as physically.
Yeah, it's not just control over one's body, but also one's mind.
Exactly. Which perfectly represents the Stargazer's philosophy.
That it does.
Bringing it around full circle.
But I've always found myself liking Stargazers. They've always been closer to me, idyllically, as a rule, than most of the other tribes. Well, now that you've finished your seconds, do you want thirds, or would you prefer to go to bed?
Oh man, thirds, please. This stuff tastes better than it smells.
Perfect. All right, I'll get you all a bowl.
Thank you.
As he sits down again, bringing you all your third helping. What's the matter, Cora?
I just... Thank you.
Of course.
Sincerely.
Sincerely, you're welcome. With the Sept as compromised as it is with the infighting, I'm thankful for anyone who helps.
We try. Sometimes it feels like we've done more to hinder and hurt the Sept than we have to.
You've spoken with Fate Dancer. You've tried to get her side of things. You're clearly showing, as an example, why my path is the better one. Through your actions and your consideration that my path is the better one. And you are an example to them for that reason.
Oof, being an example. Only slightly joking. But no, we do think that your path, we think that you are the best person to be elder.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Well,
Cora's still just a little shocked that she's at Regender's house.
oh.
Just like, wow. Meeting his family, staying in his house. Wow.
Calls the Knight had mentioned when we arrived that things felt a little different around.
The new packs are Karen, at least since the Children of Gaia took over after the renaming of the Karen from the Sept of the Heaven Stepped back to the Sept of the Sacred Stones, placed many rites and rituals on the Karen to keep it hidden in the Umbra. And as a consequence, we were more isolationist than most in terms of hiding the exact location of the Karen, even from Garu, who visited or used it as a hub to travel across America. They just knew that it was near the mountains, since the heart of the Karen is over the mountains, so they can't see the city. So we've invited other packs recently to help us, while our packs are strengthening our alliances in other septs. So there's a lot more newcomers, and that has some people on edge, simply because it's different, I think.
It is different. It feels different.
Has there been any trouble?
No, not really. There's been a couple of scuffs here and there, but that's what's going to happen when Garu are there anyway, fighting.
Fair enough. Anywhere, really.
I think I am tired, and I am going to go to bed.
I suppose it might be about that time, huh?
Yeah. Very full from your wife's delicious food. And it was a very long day.
I understand. We'll see you all tomorrow, bright and early, to get you to your flight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The company was much appreciated. Thank you.
The company was greatly appreciated. Thank you. And so you rest. Some bits of the visions you've had before play in your head, only the parts that related directly to you. They're a little softer, less vivid, but they're like echoes in the ether. Except Kyle. Kyle sleeps like a baby.
Hell yeah.
And Sorcha. Sorcha sleeps like a baby too.
God damn it.
Nice.
The next morning, you see Regender knocks on your door. It's about 5 a.m, and he hands you some sacks. I packed up breakfast while we head to the cairn for you to eat.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
You should
Man.
thank Lakshmi. She's the one who made them.
I'll definitely thank her.
Mm-hmm.
As you head out, you see her cooking and getting things ready for the little ones. I'm heading out to the office. You all pack into Regender's car and start heading back to the cairn, munching away at the breakfast after thanking Lakshmi.
Yes.
Much thanks is given.
So.
Well, as he drives up, gets to one of the many parking areas in Garden of the Gods, and then heads out as you all move through the park to get to the cairn grounds proper, and pass into the Umbra to take the Moon Bridge, with Golden Eagle sitting there as always, and with the gatekeeper standing at the ready.
Thank you, Regender, for having us in your home and sharing meals with us.
It's always good to have you guys around. I can't wait till you return.
It shouldn't be too long.
Good. Alright, calls the night. You may send them off. As you wish. As he gives as they give kind of a sigh and go, Elder.
Out of character, was that some disrespect I just heard?
A mild amount of disrespect and or skepticism.
Hence Cora's.
I mean, can we, I don't know, which one is it? Empathy?
Yeah, you can empathy.
Is that perception empathy?
Perception empathy.
Okay.
Is this a session where Roy's not the one instigating a fight this time?
This isn't fighting stuff. This is me trying to figure out why. Because he could have sided for, in my eyes, two reasons. One is disrespectful, and another is if they leave, things will shift back to the way things were before they got back.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
those are very different.
the sigh was mildly disrespectful. Not a ton. It's one of those disrespects of, I guess what would be the right word? Skepticism mixed with more skepticism than anything else of Regender's leadership.
Calls the Night is fairly new to the Sept, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then he will get a mild glare in return.
Eagle. Oh, go ahead.
But still, it was a pleasure to meet you officially.
A pleasure as well. I look forward to you returning to the Sept. I wish to learn more of you all.
Right.
As he gives out a throaty howl, as the moonstone ignites in a silvery blaze, and Eagle shrieks out as the moon bridge shoots off into the heavens.
We'll be home soon.
And so you cross over back into the Sept of the Steel Mountain.
Alright. Time to burn some shit to the ground.
I don't think we actually have to burn anything, though.
No, we don't have to burn anything.
Because we
I think
already
we're pulling
destroyed all the
stuff up.
pills.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. That's right, we did. Sorry.
In fact, I think the thing we're going to do is explore under the airport, right?
I
Yeah.
think that's what you're going to do. I thought, Kyle, you wanted to do one other thing. I thought you wanted to spread information about the 2 Pentex about the placebos getting mixed in. Or
yes.
the main guy.
Yes. Absolutely. There was that, and I think I'm also supposed to learn a rite
You are.
at some point of being here.
Yes. That'll take about 2 weeks to learn the rights, so you may not want to learn it right now.
No. Soon as we're done.
Mm-hmm. Eyes to the heavens, walks up and goes, Onyx-Flame.
Yes.
Shall we have our meeting? Leads of Steel is waiting as well.
Alright. Lead the way.
as he walks off with Sorcha.
What do you think that was about, Kyle? Roy?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe she wants to stay here.
Maybe.
All right.
Those are both the elders, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what else she would want to talk to both of the elders at once for. But who knows?
As the two elders await you, things are getting ready. We have two venues. Which one do you think will be better as they show you one? One's a kind of a warehouse rave area, and the other one is more of a refined party area, but it's closer to the cairn.
Well, I've always enjoyed the warehouse raves.
All right.
Everyone can get a bit crazy.
Good, we'll do that. We'll need to return to the cairn after the rave simply to give our gnosis to the cairn, but the rave will be good, and Carson leads a steel goes, and it'll help get people out of things. We'll be hiring some of our kin as security to help guard the place and prevent any sort of unwanted eyes. There'll be lots of kin there.
Right. Indeed, there will be.
Eyes to the
Are
heavens
we-
goes. Oh, go ahead.
Are we inviting normal folks?
No. This is
Right.
a place our raves have one tradition. People scream out their truth as they feel it through the rhythm of the music, Leads of Steel explains. It allows them to get out bits of the wild within themselves, and allows for a good time.
Well, that sounds perfect.
Eyes to the heaven goes, and there'll be lots of kin there, all of them kenning, so they'll know what some of you are about. Eyes to the heaven goes, I've also sent a few of our younger packs to procure some drugs to help your companions feel the music more. I believe they are all Hamid-born, so we will not need to do too much by enhancing it with spirits.
Yes, they are, but I doubt calling them drugs would exactly get them to want to try and relax.
Well, it is, as Carson kind of laughs and goes, don't worry. Since you've tried to help me out and regain some of my honor here, I'll just tell them that it's a Sept tradition, and they wouldn't want to anger the elders, would they?
Of course not. I thank you with that assistance. Well,
All right, it's May 22nd right now, so the moot will be in 4 days, so be ready for it. We'll be making the announcement soon, likely when you get back.
excellent. I do appreciate everything that you're doing to help the pack.
I think it'll help everyone. Thank you for the suggestion, Eyes to the Heaven says.
Of course.
As Eyes to the Heaven leads you back to your pack.
Temporary pack.
Temporary pack. Fill your pack right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you all see Sorcha being brought back by Eyes to the Heavens as he goes. And keep your nose clean. We won't want to hear any more about this.
She's gonna give like a 2-fingered salute as she kind of steps backward to join the group.
What was that?
What was what?
Cora blinks, like, it's fairly obvious. What was that about?
You mean my talking about the elders?
Yes.
Nothing much to concern yourself with.
As
Secrets.
a member of our pack temporarily, I feel like it is your duty to share what is going on, so that in case you get in trouble and we all get in trouble, we know what we're getting in trouble for.
Sorcha is going to, place her hand on your shoulder and say, there's nothing to worry about. It's a secret that the elder asked me to keep.
Cora will gently move the hand off her shoulder. I'm not a child. And that's enough out of you.
Did I
Who?
say you were?
Roy heard that snicker.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Lose my goddamn mind.
I mean, did you have one to lose to begin with?
Sorcha, if it is a secret that the elders of this sept have asked you to keep, then I won't force the matter.
I do appreciate that.
She'll sigh at Roy and just roll her eyes. Not in the mood for you right now.
You've never been in the mood for me, which makes it all the more reason for me to do what I do.
He's got the point.
Again, middle fingers up, walks away. Done.
So, what do y'all want to do?
Do we have any daunting...
Yeah, we wanted to explore the underground tunnels of the Denver airport.
And spread rumors.
That too. We were not able to make it to the whatchamacallit. I can't think of what it is now.
The moot?
No, not the moot, but the
Oh, the GHN event?
yeah, that thing. We missed that.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
We got caught up in other things.
Did the Sept send anyone to that?
You'll have to ask around.
Okay. And who would we talk to about, I don't know. I don't really want to call it spreading a rumor. It's more like sharing information targetedly.
Okay, you can talk to Carson. You can talk to Ironwinter, who might know of other hackers within the Karen.
Let's go for Ironwinter, since we are on fairly good terms with her.
Yeah, alright. You approach Ironwinter. She looks at you and she smiles very kindly. Guards the low.
Ironwinter, it's good to see you again.
It's very good to see you. I really appreciate that you presided over the trial and you dealt with Leeds' steel fairly for the sake of Hugo.
I'm very glad you feel that way. It was an honor to, well, be a judge for this sept.
Of course.
And even more so that I feel justice could be served.
So, what's
Well, after our foray into that facility, and we destroyed, all of the pills that had the Banes in them. But this renders the whole bottle of pills useless. And there was someone who came up with the idea of donating a bunch of this to other countries.
okay.
So obviously that was a small blow. We were hoping to leak to this person that placebos got mixed in with this batch. That might cause them to recall it or replace it. Or at the very least, it would give a paper trail so that they could be hurt later further if they chose to do nothing.
Yeah. I think she's at work right now, but we can get a hold of Geek Squad.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, she works pretty standard, so if you guys can get back here by, say, 6 tonight, I can make sure that she's here and that she can talk with you and maybe get some of that information out to them, and then we can talk about how we can be more effective once she's got her info out there.
That sounds like a plan. Does that work for everyone else?
Yeah.
Sure.
Perfect.
And thank you very much.
It's the least I could do after you sticking your neck out for Hugo and keeping his notes, and she kind of tears up a bit. Made sure that he didn't die in vain for anything, and that he's going to be remembered as a Garu hero rather than just some kinfolk who's accidentally killed by an elder.
Do I think that Ironwinter is the kind of person who would want a hug?
You have no idea.
Well, fuck it. I'll offer the hug, and she can take it if she wants it.
She thanks you and gives you a hug back.
Anytime we can be of help.
The same to you. My pack is here to help.
Kyle will give her a quick nod and then off to other stuff, I guess.
Yeah. So, so you guys want to start heading towards the facility then?
You mean the tunnels?
Tunnels, yeah. The underground facility.
What time is it?
It's pretty early. It's about 8 in the morning.
Yeah, that should give us plenty of time.
Were we supposed to go with the Wormfoe? I can't remember. To the underground tunnels. Like, I thought...
Oh, no, she was waiting. She wasn't going. She was waiting on you guys because she still got to recover.
Okay.
Due to the whole losing an arm thing.
It's hard to say how much that affects someone, you know?
Okay.
Using your eidetic memory, Kyle, you find the exit that you guys used to get out of there.
Well, all right. Is everyone ready to go in?
Yeah.
Ready as I'll ever be.
You start moving through the tunnels. Physical or Umbra?
Umbra?
Yeah, I think
the moon phase.
It is, I think, a gibbous moon. Yeah, it's a waning gibbous. Getting close to a half moon.
Okay.
Relatively okay, but still not great.
Yeah, well, and we can go through the Umbra to begin with, and then we can enter the physical later if we want to do some actual investigating. Maybe once we're past the security that might not be worm-related.
Sure.
So, you'll travel there via the Umbra. I'm going to need a Wits Occult roll from one person in the group. Because it is a gibbous moon, it'll be difficulty 5.
Wits Occult?
F4.
Yep.
I have 5. Look at me.
Nice.
5d10, diff 5, F1. Oof. I did not botch it, though.
You did not.
You know what? Because I have not had to use any of my mulligans, I'm going to use it here. Just because I can.
I think that's a death flag.
Was it, though?
No, I mean like for later.
Oh, yeah, well, later. That's a problem for future Roy. I got 4.
Alright. You were able to move along the moon paths expertly, avoiding some of the more dangerous spirits of the city before getting to the tunnel. The tunnel gives off hot breath, like a throat, just like before.
I'm going to walk in.
Alright. You guys start walking in as it feels squishy, but it's like stone as you continue on until it becomes more and more flesh-like. Touching the sides, you get a glob of saliva on your hands. Before suddenly taking a step, the person in front disappears. And the person in front is now in the physical realm.
Oh no.
I forgot about that completely.
Wherever am I at now?
Alright. We'll have to step through, I suppose.
You step through as you see some more of those. You see some more of those odd Fomori. One with the stinger on its back, and the other one with wings talking. They don't see you yet. There's less of them here. You can do a perception alertness to try and hear what they're saying to each other.
Sure.
Yes, please.
Difficulty 6.
Ooh. Go Kyle.
Thank you.
Sam, Cora's doing well too.
Don't worry, it's the first roll of the night.
Anyone else?
Can I use my gift? What is it called? I believe it's called Spider's Song.
Oh, the one that lets you hear umbral things or technology stuff, right?
Well, it should be able to pull information from the Weaver or the Weaver's thread.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be the same thing. It's just overhearing other people too, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the Ragabash steal messages from the Weaver's web, plucking them from the air, eavesdropping as they race through telephone lines.
as if they were through telephone lines? Or is it...
Yeah, it's through phones and communication devices.
Okay, so no, I can't use that. Alright. Perception and alertness.
Yep. See if you're going to listen in?
4. Let's try it.
Sure.
You said T6?
T6.
Hey. Jeez.
You all hear
crushed this.
Yeah, you did. You all hear the conversation back and forth between one going, were you here a couple days ago? Me? No, I was able to get out of the place, guard the mainland facility at night. Why? Oh man, that batch of failed super soldiers came in here. Tried to grab one of their own. Oh, the rogue ones? The ones that got trained by the higher-ups and then turned on the company? Very same. Very same. You ever wonder why they try and make them look like werewolves? I think it's a psychological warfare thing. It's like how I look like a bug. And you look like a bug, quite frankly. You look like a bug more than me, champ. Anyway, yeah, I wonder if they said them rogue ones probably ain't gonna come back since their buddy's dead, but crazy, right? A whole unit just goes rogue. Have you seen the ones that stay loyal? Oh yeah, they look kind of like bats. Weird. Anyway, enough chatting. Let's get back to work. These, what are the crates for? I don't know, some sort of, chemical agent. Helps with the antibiotics or something. As they go back to work and start moving boxes.
I'm gonna eye all 3 of these guys suspiciously.
Yeah, that was... Cora's like, her eyes are big and she shrugs her shoulder like, I got no idea. Super soldiers?
Well, it sounds like they lie to their own people.
Yeah.
They don't break the veil, I suppose.
Yeah?
I would have assumed that they did, but interesting.
Yeah. It's shocking. They don't expect us to come back. I'd have thought they would tell them what was going on. It's just weird that they lied. Well, not weird, I guess, but...
No, weird. It just doesn't seem to gain them anything to lie.
I think it does, but I can see the perks on both sides.
What do you think it gains them?
Easier loyalty.
Maybe. I mean, I guess if they're not spouting off about bringing the apocalypse closer.
Yeah, it's easier to do the things that they do when you think that you're the one that's the good guy doing those things. That's my best guess. Because is it evil if what you think you're doing is good?
Yes.
Probably.
So is it evil to kill the worm then?
No, that's generally objectively good.
I'm just saying, if you look at it from the worm's perspective, what we're doing is bad. So objectively speaking, that is not true.
Bad for the worm.
I agree that killing the worm is good, but if we're going to be having this debate, killing the worm is not objectively good. It is objectively good in our eyes. For the worm, it is bad.
Objectively good for the world, which I would argue takes priority over one section of it.
Hence, this is where we're getting at.
Yes, objectively good. I'm glad we agree.
I'm just saying we agree, but what they see as good is not the same as what we see as good.
Hey, did you hear that? Someone over there.
Hide.
No problem.
Why? You're 4 werewolves.
Oh, shit.
I do think we should probably kill him.
I was about to...
I feel like that's why we're here.
Forgot what we were doing for a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm exhausted. Okay.
Are you ready, Arun? Let us hide. Are you ready to do battle? I am ready to be afraid.
I'm ready. Yeah.
They're just a couple of bugs.
They'll never see it coming if we sneak into their facility and then don't do anything to them.
They'll never see it coming if we sneak into their facility, have a philosophical conversation about the nature of evil, and then hide when they overhear said philosophical debate. It's the perfect crime!
Oh, Fangs of Judgment, please.
Okay.
Can I shift into...
You can all shift into Krynos, or Hispo.
Oh, no,
yeah, you can all be in whatever form you want to be.
Hispo!
So,
because I am going to want to try something.
Okay, so Hispo for Roy. What for you, Cora? Krynos. Hispo for Sorcha. Kyle?
Krynos, please.
Krynos. Okay. You guys get the jump on them, because they're not expecting a fight. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Alright.
I would like to charge at them.
Okay.
Shift into Krynos and sweep their leg.
Alright. Do you want to spend a point of rage for that swiping at the leg?
Yes.
Okay. You shift in Krynos, swipe at the leg. That is Dexterity Brawl.
That is 4. Diff 6 as usual, right?
It's going to be Diff 7 because this is like the equivalent of a body tackle.
Okay. -1.
Well, you didn't fail.
Yeah,
You misjudged it a little bit because you're not used to shifting from Krynos to Hispo, so your leg shoots out right behind the one.
Okay.
Is he like, what the hell? Next.
I'll go, since Akora was trying to hide. I'm just gonna run out and claw the buggier looking one across the face.
The one with wings or the one with stingers? They're both very buggy looking.
I'm going to have to make a judgmental decision on which one is the most buggy.
Yes.
And I guess wings. Wings is very buggy.
Alright, go for wings.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I accidentally closed the thing that has all my numbers in it.
Oh.
Here we go. What the fuck?
That's a botch.
Mulligan. I got a -3.
Jesus.
That's... No.
Rough.
Better.
That's one rollover.
That's right, it is. Oh boy, what a mess.
Get fucked, bug guy.
Yeah, he's gonna regret something. I don't know what, but wow. Alright. Jesus Christ.
So you claw him as he's like, as he collapses back, shocked, bleeding out. Next.
I'll go next.
Alright. Which bug would you like to go for?
I'm just going to activate Fangs of the North.
Okay.
Sweet.
And Miss Flynn?
Alright, she's going to go for, I guess, the one is still remaining with the bite attack.
Okay, they're both still up. This has been a bit of a disaster. Wings or stinger?
Stinger!
Okay. Thank you. So that's 3 rollover.
Okay. Dex brawl, strength, 5, 6, 7. Two
damage. Alright. So now roll a single d10 and then add that to your and then add your dex wits. Remember to include it in the roll, Sam.
Oh, sorry.
Ha-ha! I figured out how to work that system now.
Should I re-roll that or just add?
Please re-roll it so I can scroll.
Okay.
That would be best for me.
Roll Dex wits for D10. Then it's plus...
Your wits plus your dexterity. Current form dexterity.
Oh, current form. Ooh.
Oh.
I'd add 2, so I'm going to add 2 to yours, Roy, is what it's looking at.
Yes. Yeah, sorry about that.
No
I'm still
worries.
getting used to the stat change with body shape.
Okay.
Jesus.
Or it'd be 1 because you're in Krynos, so... Hang on.
Oh, yeah. 1. Because I'm just going to let you know I am trying out the whole shifting...
Okay. That's fair. We can have you remember that the guy you debated knows Kali, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's right. Okay.
Yep, that's what he was practicing.
That's right.
Cora.
Did I do that right, Keegan?
Yes. Yes, you did. You rolled a 10.
I did.
Congratulations.
When does Sam roll that high?
When she's gonna whiff the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm going first, but I'm gonna fuck it all up.
At least you can fuck it up gloriously.
You know what? I've got almost 7 glory. I could really fuck stuff up gloriously. I've got so much glory.
So the one with the wings is on this turn going to attempt to flee while firing backwards wildly in kind of just a pepper spray sort of way just to get away. Roy, what do you plan on doing this round?
I am going to try and tackle him in Krynos.
Okay. Sounds good. The stinger one, in a fit of shock, is going to swing his stinger up at Sorcha, who is the one who damaged him.
Okay.
And let's see. Sorcha, what are you going to do?
Well, she's going to spend a rage to bite and dodge.
Okay. Kyle?
I'm going to try and... I'm going to continue slashing the one with wings, since I attacked him once already.
Okay. And Cora?
I'm going to spend 2 points of rage. I'm going to claw, and dodge.
Why are you dodging?
Oh, wait, no, I'm not going to dodge. There's nothing attacking me. Oh, God. I'm going to spend 1 point of rage and claw twice at the one fleeing. I also have 1 point over my permanent, so that means I have to also roll...
You do have to roll for Frenzy.
Frenzy. There you go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep. Alright, roll for Frenzy with your new dice level. It is difficulty 5. Actually, it's difficulty 4 because you're in Krynos. You do not Frenzy.
Fantastic. And then... Claw. Ooh. Can I try that again?
Does that mean you want to use your mulligan?
Yep.
Okay. It's 1 less negative. Wait. How the fuck?
How the fuck what?
Sam, you did 2 Fs.
Jesus Christ.
You
This is why
rolled...
you copy paste.
You did it the first time, too.
I did copy paste. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What did you copy? You can't copy paste from when you were originally wrong.
No. I knew that I was going to claw, and so I typed it up previously and copied it.
Yeah, it's T6, not F6.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 5 successes, Cora.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
So that's 5 rollover.
5 plus 2, so 7 plus me strength which is 15. Roll 15, D10, T6, F1.
You eviscerate the one with the wings.
Good. Christ.
Oh,
Train
oops.
wreck.
Kyle, were you attacking the one with the wings?
That is correct, yes.
Sorry.
You attack him. You get a hold of the half Cora, one of the halves Cora created,
Oh, I'm going to tear it up.
and tear it up.
Get ripped.
Sorcha?
I said I was going to dodge and attack.
Yep.
So, attack, bite. 6, 7, 8.
Alright. One roll over. 2 damage.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, I should have had 3 rollover, because I put the T6 instead of T5 for biting.
Then you would have had 2 rollover, not 3. Because the 1 subtracted something.
Right, I had a 10, 7. You're right.
Yes.
You're right. Never mind.
Trying to pull a fast one. Alright, so the stinger guy is going to spend a point of willpower and try and change his action. He succeeds. He immediately stops attacking and he throws up his hands going, I don't want any trouble. Look, they said they're going to change me back to human in 2 months. I know you're like crazed monsters and things like that, but please, I don't want to die. Roy?
Can I sense if he's lying?
You can. That would be perception empathy.
Oof, okay. What's the difficulty?
6.
Hey, I got a 1.
He seems sincere to you.
Bitch. I don't have the time to really say anything.
And you'll have to spend a point of willpower to change your action.
If I want to change it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna tackle and I don't want to say necessarily shout, but say out loud in Garu. What's the language called?
Yeah, it'd be Garu tongue.
Yeah, the Garu tongue. Grab my rope and tie him up.
Okay.
He seems to be speaking the truth. And then I'm gonna tackle the wings.
The wings is dead.
Oh, well then I would have to.
Yeah, you can tackle this guy and do no damage.
Right, but I would have to use willpower to change my
Yep.
action.
Yep.
Alright, so I'd have to do that. So I spend a point of willpower, and then what's the roll? It's roll my willpower, d6.
It's D8 to change your action. It's difficulty 8.
Oh. Rip me.
You don't change the action.
Okay, well I'm going to jump at the dead flying
Yeah,
wings
so
guy.
the other half that Cora produced, you just tackle and it splats against the wall, so it just looks like you're really sadistic to this poor Fomori.
Classic.
And
Can I
Wings
still-
is- Huh?
Can I still say out loud what I was saying?
Yeah, you can still say
Okay.
it out loud.
Grab
So,
my rope.
combat is over as he's got his hands up,
I'll approach him,
as he's breathing heavily.
and I assume he's shorter than me because I'm a giant rage monster.
Yes, you are. He's like 6 foot, so you're like 3 feet taller than him.
And it takes a willpower to speak English, right?
Yes.
So I will spend that and say to him, they cannot change you back.
What do you
They
mean
never
they can't?
plan on changing you back.
What? No, like that was the deal. They set up my wife and kid while I do this, and then they change it back, and I get to live with them.
This is what you are now.
No. You gotta be lying, man. You gotta be lying. Tell me you're lying.
I don't think it gains us anything to lie to you about this.
Fuck, what the fuck? Like, I agreed to this!
Sorcha's gonna step forward and say,
Are you gonna spend
To
the
the
willpower?
oh, no, she's gonna switch to Hamid,
Oh, okay.
because he doesn't know who she is.
Good cop, bad cop. In Garu.
So, did that happen to detail how they would change it back?
Same thing as how they changed me. I figured they had this tank full of this weird chemical thing, and then they said I was going to feel something latching on and just to not resist. They said that they were going to be able to erase my rap sheet and everything.
Do you know anyone who's shifted back?
I've seen guys get rotated out. I assumed that once they got changed back, they just didn't want to come back, which I don't blame them. This body's cool, it makes me strong, and I enjoy the strength. But I'm nothing compared to you, and if it means I can't see my wife and kid, it'd be a hard choice.
Aye, it would.
I was gonna walk up and say to Kyle and Cora, this might be a slightly different process than what we were looking into with the medications.
Like the tank of whatever is how we've seen them do it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know this.
That's fine.
We're just telling you.
Yeah. Well, would Roy know that? Is my question.
Roy's
because I don't
probably seen a couple Fomori, and he's probably seen it through the quote-unquote more natural way, which is a Bane tends to possess just a really shitty person, or someone who's had a moment of extreme emotional weakness to let their darker instincts take over, and the spirit possesses them and turns them into a Fomori. There's multiple ways.
Gotcha. So, okay, I'll let Kyle go.
I know you can stop a Bane from possessing someone, from infesting them initially, but, like, can we turn them back?
You have never heard of someone who can be changed back once they've been turned.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna turn to Sorcha and ask if Sorcha, can you join me in the Umbra? I want to see if maybe we can try and pull the Bane out of him from there and then kill it. See if that works. Can Hamid form still understand Garu tongue?
Yeah. Everyone can understand you. He just not him because he doesn't know it.
Right. Okay.
So, do you know any of the names of the people who've gotten out?
Yeah, there's Tim McIntosh. There was Steve down in facility number 5. Never got his last name. They all left.
Sorcha, you have that phone, right? Does it get internet here? Or no, it's Roy. Roy has the phone.
I do. I don't know. I can check.
Like, look up Tim McIntosh.
All right. Move over into Hamid so that way I can pull out and operate the phone.
Okay.
And then look up the Tim.
Okay.
With his last name.
You find several hits for the name.
Do you have any other information regarding Tim?
We try not to share too much. You know, we're here for the job.
What does he look like?
Well, I met him when he...
I was about to say, without the animalistic features.
You guys are going to let me go, right?
That's yet to be decided. Just shut up and stay here. And I'm going to turn to Sorcha and say again, can you join me?
She nods.
You'll have to find a reflective surface.
Yeah. Is there one nearby?
You do find one. It is... The gauntlet is very thick here. So the difficulty it'll be Gnosis, difficulty 8.
So I'll make sure he's not facing them.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to try and find a secluded area. Roll Gnosis.
Not a botch.
Did I fuck that up?
No, you didn't. It was just hard.
You just failed.
T8. It looks like I had F8, T1.
No, I see T8, F1. Yeah, so that means that was the right way to roll.
Okay.
So you just didn't make it through.
Fuck.
The gauntlet was too thick. Sorcha, you do. The gauntlet is thick and difficult. It feels almost like you're getting clocked in the head by people just boxing you without you being able to hold up your hands. As you pass through, as you feel the stickiness of spider webs all over your body as you pass through, as you're able to take your second breath upon the side of the spirit realm.
She's gonna kind of like brush herself off and look around for
The
this.
room is gray. You see the plaster on the walls bubbling like boils as you see pus leaking from the walls itself. It
Right.
smells rank in here. And the lights overhead are still there, but they flash and move back and forth as if barely connected. As you see small banes and rust spiders crawling in all directions. You don't see a bane where the guy was. You do, however, see a shadow that's of similar proportions as him, meaning that the bane has fully integrated itself with his soul, and it has to be released via the mortal coil of the body before the bane can be destroyed.
She walks over to the shadow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a shadow. Is she
Yep.
able to, like, put her hand in it or anything?
Your hand passes through it. It's much like when you interact with the shadows of Kyle or Cora when they're in the when you're in the Umbra and they're in the physical world. It looks like just someone's. It's like no one's standing there, but their shadow is being placed upon the floor.
This isn't good.
So, while this is happening,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to talk with him a little more.
Okay.
Specifically, I'll tell him, like, well, we've never seen someone change back in our years of this.
Well, but that's because you guys fled from the company, right?
Yes. That's why.
In our years of interacting, yes, I suppose so. But we could try something, I suppose.
Okay.
Just try and think on who you were. Not like physically, but how you used to feel.
Okay. And he closes his eyes.
And try and push the other part of you out and away.
No dice, Chief. I don't mean to sound rude or anything, since my life hangs in the balance with you big super soldiers here, but I'm pretty sure they solved this with chemicals and not crystals and kumbaya. What
I'll
now?
just purse my lips a little and nod at him a bit.
Sorcha, what would you like to do?
So after looking around for a bit and attempting to find any sort of Bane spirit,
Well,
she...
There's plenty of small ones, just not the one you're thinking of.
Right. She is going to try and exit the Umbra.
Okay, make that Gnosis roll. You are trapped on the other side of the gauntlet for an hour.
Classic. And Roy is stuck on this side, so...
Well, they walked out of the Umbra, right?
What? I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well,
Oh.
while we were traveling through the Umbra
Mm-hmm.
to this location, we
Y-
walked out
Yes,
of the Umbra.
you did.
So she is going to try and walk in that direction.
Alright, she walks in that direction. She feels the sticky kind of tunnel under her feet. I'm guessing she tries to turn around.
Yes.
After you walk back, you all notice Sorcha reappearing from the tunnel entrance. The Fomori shocked and goes, I didn't know that they made it so you guys could teleport, too.
It's all those chemicals they pumped into us.
Guess so. Some real sci-fi shit.
It's not sci-fi. I traveled to another plane of existence.
Don't fill his head with nonsense.
But it seems as though the folks that changed you into this have not given us the ability to change you back.
You mean I can't change back? What do you mean I can't change back?
Well, we could always run experiments.
I'm okay with this.
You mean run experiments? I'm still a human fucking being!
No, you're not.
Those, spikes that you have say otherwise.
Just as human as the rest of you, just because you can look normal.
Oh, we're not human. I'll tell you that.
That's
Why do you
okay.
think we ran from this place? Because they were experimenting on us. What do you think they're doing to you?
Why do you want to experiment on me then?
Because you might be the first one that we can change back and save. I just don't know what this one has in mind.
I have quite a few things.
I'll pull her off to the side and discuss them with her.
Yes.
So what did you have in mind?
Well,
What did you see? Because I was not able to get past the barrier.
Real quick, you all hear him kind of like softly weeping to himself.
It's cruel to let him live with the knowledge that he is not going to be able to change back.
so Sorcha's going to think a moment and say, well, he looks like any other Fomori. There's just a shadow. But the way Fomori are created is a Bane inhabits their body until they're dead. Now I'm wondering if it's possible to kill a person and then on the other side kill the Bane and revive them.
That would require so much coordination. I'm in.
And we'll see how that plan goes next time. We are out next week. We should be back on July 5th to record, and that recording should be out that Wednesday. Come give us a listen. The amazing Jade will be on our next GM Talks, so keep an ear out for that. As Keegan here from A Bunch of Gamers, I want to thank all of you for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye!
Bye.